Hello again. Welcome back. If you missed it, if you were here, sorry. I just happened to find out that I wasn't plugged in, so people may not have actually heard me. I don't know, and I can't tell because the way the things are is that if you want to comment on something, you have to pay to be able to see the comments. So, which is messed up. So we will start with I am not. I'm going on my mind because that is what you're not. You are, and I am not. I desire to know your mind, yet I don't know how to ask. What kind of thoughts reside behind those amber eyes? I would like to know what you think about your deepest thoughts where your mind wanders to certain dreams or things of fear I cannot contain, a world without me. And it's basically, as I said, it says basically it's just that, you wonder about the other person that's sitting across from you. It's like if you're dating, you want to know if that person really likes you or really wants to be with you, instead of just wondering, being on pause kind of thing. Sucked into you. I don't want to endure this, but being sucked into you every time I see your eyes looking back at me, I feel myself being pulled in by your amber pearls. I am becoming lost in you and how you twirl and play with your hair. It frames your silhouette so perfectly in my mind that the only thing I find myself thinking about every time I wake up or when I fall asleep. I'm on a roller coaster riding along the curves of your body, and I can't let go of the longing I feel in wanting to touch you. No, I desire your kiss and taste what heaven is like from the lips of an angel. The memory of you is etched in my mind, and all I can do is marvel at the beauty you possess since I am trapped here, in my head, locked away in a place where I'm going mad, longing to hear you say my name, and for you to call me yours. And it's basically about a girl that I liked, and how she would play her hair or do certain things, and it's just, she wasn't available, but it's just you wanted something more out of it. But yeah. And I mean more than sex. You wanted to be in a relationship and have a companionship. It's just not always about sex. And this one's called And I. Another day, and I am greeted by a smiling face lying next to me. We dressed and strolled to the back porch to smell like coffee, roses, and you. I pull you close as we stare at the horizon in love. Streaks of light broke through the clouds, rising above the mountain. Laced fingers, sharing a memory of being lost in you for a day. And for me, this is what's about being retired and being with someone at the end of the day, or getting up early and watching the sunrise, or being able to watch the sunset together, or do things together. Having that companionship. This one's called Of Two People. We met crisscross face of two people, at two different ends, finally bonding in a squash of emotions. We never touched, but the silence echoing in my sinking soul ached with every breath as I longed to hold you. Every second I felt you slipping from my grasp, and I had no choice only to let you go. And it's basically about a girl, and wanting to date her, but no. And this next poem kind of like bridges the gaps of that. I am at war with myself, because I want you, and I can't have you. It's an endless circle, and I keep finding myself in the middle of going around, and I don't know what to do. To break this cycle of wanting you, I'm in love with an angel, and she remains at arm's length. I'm still trapped here, and I can't let go of you, so here I am wanting to be free of you, or wanting to be free of you. It seems like an endless circle when I come in contact with some women. I become possessed by her so much so my mind gets lost as my heart finds another folly to chase after. Maybe I'll find a woman who will release me from my prison, and yet I find one more pretender dragging me down, and I'm drowning in the fear of losing myself. After all I've done to love myself and endure the pain of loving someone who doesn't want to be there, doesn't desire you. I took that leap so many times only to look back to see her waving goodbye while wrapped in another man's arms. Life crashes over me like the waves pounding upon the shore, and how can you have courage when you expect romance to die even before it takes flight? So here I am, waging war within myself, hoping that someday the caged animal inside me can wander free without terrorizing my soul. And it's basically talking about how you get into a situation where, or for me, it's just like, I want to be in love, but I'm kind of afraid of it. And so so all the situations that happen and different things, and it's just completely nonsense. Because you want somebody and you want to be with somebody, but the things keep getting worse as you go along. So you want something more. You want to be in a relationship. You want to be with somebody. But a lot of times when you have those feelings for someone, the other person doesn't have those feelings. So you're stuck. So you're just stuck there having feelings for someone, and they're over here liking somewhere else, or wanting to be with somebody else. And and a lot of times I've had situations where the girl or the person I like actually asked me, is like, "Oh, hey, I like this person. What do you think about him?" And it's like, so you can go pound salt for all I care, but all right. And both of you can go pound salt for all I care, but that's just neither here nor there. Dark night of the soul. You just got to move on and just let it go. This is called We Used to Say. All those simple words we used to say, tender feelings of expression where you and I found a connection beyond the static of life's chaos, worlds intertwined. The syllables had their own meaning, sort of our secret language. I felt beneath your skin with every touch when words weren't enough. Only you and I knew and understood that was our moment, clinging to what we knew, because we were so much more than friends. We knew how each other tasted in the throes of passion when we burned like a fire, melting in each other. This poem is based off of the song by Brazzi and Camilo Cabo by Senorita, because that's basically where this come from. This one's called Throes. You shiver in the throes of winter, beneath the ocean of you for my touch, and I get lost in the way you feel as we exchange stardust from a connection of our souls and tingles in our brace. And this right here poem goes a lot deeper when you think about stuff of being a starseed or being someone who is more into the spiritual side of things, and you're looking at it from that way instead of a religious point of view. That you want a connection with someone on a much deeper level than just being surface. And there are people who thrive in being in the shallows, and that's why things don't work out. This one right here is called The Book We Write. There were so many chapters to the book we write. When you and I make love, every page of you I turn as I write my tender kisses along your spine. I love reading you, word for word, along those lines where fiction, fantasy, and reality blur into beauty. I love feeling beneath my fingers every time I draw you closer to me, letting you enter my heart as your fingers write your love story on the journal of life, beating in my chest. And this is based off a word prompt that it talk about pages and love, and basically just writing something and being more sensual about how love is, and you want something that you want somebody that can want to do the same thing with you. And there's just so many times you find those situations, like I've had it twice in my life where somebody was really drawn and really wanted to be that part. But as things went on and stuff happened, it changed, and you're supposed to change in a relationship and stuff, and be able to follow that person along. But a lot of times it don't happen that way. And this right here is a another poem off that one, and it's called Chapters of Tomorrow. How do we turn to chapters of tomorrow when every page is a tear-stained ledger of broken hearts and sorrows between two estranged lovers? It wasn't this way, torn apart and lost between the pages of disdain and lies. Love was so new but fragile, and slowly we clipped away, scarring the edges of something that was a treasure. Words caused cracks, and actions broke the shards until the hearts broke and tore away from the heartstrings that held us unbound to each other, stretching the fabric of our beings, leaving us broken pieces of discarded humans. And this poem is basically, it talks about my relationship with my ex fiance and how the things that between us didn't turn out, and things fell apart between us. It's just like, there's two people that things just happen. So here's what it is. This one's called Blue Is Her Name. Blue is her name. She was named for the color of her eyes, and she was beautiful. She was winter, beneath the ocean, because her heart was deep as the ocean and knew no boundaries when she shared her soul. And this was for a word prompt for basically for blue, and trying to come up with something that follows those lines for something you can say about the color blue. And that was basically what I came up with. Beneath the surface. Don't let me down, or don't let me drown, as I dive beneath the surface of you, of the depths of you. Help me breathe as we exchange precious air between our kisses, drowning in the pools of your brown iris, slipping into the black, as I find myself lost in the soul of a beauty whose smile has shattered my armor, and all I can do is drown in the tingle of your amber locks. And there's a woman that I follow on Instagram, and she's really a nice poet, very wonderful. But yeah, it's just a seeing her and just like, yeah, it'd be nice to be able to be in love with it. Well, she's nice, and so I'd like to know more about her, but right now I just kind of lost in the fantasy of the things. So this next poem is Your Heartstrings. What lies beneath the armor that you hide from this world? Perhaps it's the lies, strung together by your heartstrings, tied to a lie intertwining with the heart and the smile you broke the boundaries that tied us together with every breath of a daisy chain laced in solace of my loneliness as you close the door on my love with another lie. And you find people that get so involved in lying to people because they really don't know the truth of where things begin. And my friend Dwight commented, like a scriber said to a content creator who said uncomfortable truths, never stop doing this. Opening yourself up to people is a risk, but the rewards can be worth it. You're braver than most, my friend. Yep, pretty much true. I don't disagree with you there, Dwight. And thank you. This one's called Tides of Emotions. It's a flood, these tide of emotions that wash over me. Trapped in the ocean of you, and I drown in the madness of your beauty, as I swim in the cosmos of the spiraling galaxy in your soul. You pull me back to you like gravity, as my life winds like a clock, turning me back to you. I can't let go of the woman who haunts my mind and laces my brain with the chemicals of my addiction when we kiss because you are the only thing I want to hold. And there's two different women here that this poem portrays, because there's like one that I was in a situationship with and another one that I really wanted to date, but just things just didn't really happen out that way. So when you're standing there and you're like somebody you want to date and you ask them out and they say no, so hey, it is what it is. And that one is way too complicated. Next one's called "Sound of Your Voice." I wasn't searching for you until you came into my life, and turning everything upside down with just the sound of your voice and the gentle touch of your hand. From that moment on, I surrendered all I knew about myself just to be near you, to feel your hand in mine and see your smile and to be lost in you standing beside me. A partner in mischief and folly, because I fell in love with the wayward piece of myself I never knew existed. I was floored by your simple beauty, so much my mind wrote poetry about the vision of a woman who stood before me. I was in shock when when I laid eyes upon you, and the way your curves of your body lingered to the dance of your garments, made as they framed your silhouette like a moon paints the edges between light and shadows, and I was mesmerized so long before your fingers intertwined into mine, and I was able to quench my thirst for the taste of your lips when we embraced for one long kiss. And that was a situationship. It was just basically wanting to be more with her, but can't. This one's called "Such a Dreamer." Worlds burn, collide, and here we are. If I'm such a dreamer, then why can't I sleep, even with you here in my arms? Wasting, saving time as everything comes to an end. But for this moment, a glorious kiss, and I am lost in the moment of everything here, wrapped up in my arms because you are everything and the reason I can't sleep. And there are times when you forget about things. You forget about being when you're around somebody, and you're just like your life just absolutely collides with theirs and who they are. So we are nearly there. A page and a half with curves is the next poem. Do you know what you are? Words. Simple but elegant words with curves. Words with meaning expressed through skin and scent. Those of sentences that go on forever, like the length of your legs down to your toes. Damning words etched into my headspace with every step my mind creates. New meaning to my imagination as I ache to feel your naked skin against mine, so I can stare at those amber eyes, at the cosmic tangle of lights hidden in my soul. And that's basically about the situationship and how much wanting to be with her. So this one's called "Inked in Love." Torn from the binder, paper hearts ripped to pieces by a broken heart, words wound tearing pages of a ledger inked in love. It was something held on to. It was something held on to. Fragile notes of paper held together with twine and pieces of time. It was her world, and he just tore it apart without a word. Just a wave of his hand and notes, become confetti, flung around the room on a gentle breeze mixed with her tears. And that's from a movie. I did that from a movie. I forget what it was. But basically, the guy tore the note up and just flung it out, and it was everything that she had poured herself into. The last poem, "Pain of Letting Go." The heart doesn't know forgetting yet it knows the pain of letting go, of being torn from the pages of love. Our heart remembers all the moments mixed with memories of things it once knew as love, and it remembers like a muscle, even when it's not in use. The heart knows those feelings and tries to remedy the emptiness love once filled, with the memories of a kiss, a touch, a lingering scent, or causes the mind to see images of her face on every woman you see in the world. The heart doesn't forget, and it will remind me of you, of all the pain. And it's basically I had situations where I thought after I broke up with somebody, I thought I had saw her here and there, and every woman I saw or seen is after my broke up with my ex, because you imagine what it would be like to see her again after the fact, but I really don't. I don't hold on to that. I'd rather enjoy moving on and let her move on with her life. Same way with the situationship and the girl that I was kind of interested in. So, on to bigger and better things. So, next Sunday we will be reading Cosmic Beauty and talking about that and discussing things. So, go check out my friends. Go check out my friend Dwight and his page. He just finished his run with Madden with the Detroit Lions and against the Houston Texans for the Super Bowl. Definitely check out that video on YouTube, and if it's over on Facebook, or definitely check those out. He's going to be doing an update video, I think tonight or tomorrow, 1 to 2. It depends on how he feels. Check out my friend Cast Into the Fire podcast. Check out my friend Jenna Jinx and her page. Excuse me, Jenna Jinx portraits. If you're into Reiki, or you need some spiritual healing and guidance, definitely check out my friend Alberta, Aria, and Brian. They will help you. And we keep chugging along on a tour of Life of Penguins. So I will be on Poets Playground Lewisburg on Tuesday at 7 o'clock on Instagram. I will be in Nashville for Island Vibes for open mic there for poetry. And then Saturday and Sunday I will be in Franklin at the Franklin Book Festival at the Williamson County Public Library. So definitely come out and check it out and get autographed books and all that jazz. I will definitely keep you up to date about things, but until then, y'all have a good Sunday, have a good weekend, and I will see you next week.